am late. I forgot something and had to go back through the gate. Uh, so today has been an amazing day. Um, and y'all do that YouTubing thing when you come in, hit the like, share with your community. And if you haven't subscribed, it's just because, it on YouTube. We won't blame it on you. So I scheduled this live while there were still clouds in the sky, and I was hoping that it would stay that way, yet it don't seem like that's how it's gonna be. What up, Sister Enage? How's your spirit? Thank you for joining. Thank you for doing that YouTubing thing. So I really wanted to talk about this because, well, can I just be honest? I can think I'm doing a good thing, I'm sharing a positive message or whatever it is. You sometimes need someone to come back to you and let you know the truth, and tell you, no, because of you, I changed. I'm still working on accepting it. Y'all know this. Sister Enage, you more than anybody, you know this. Yet it's a different thing because you're on the internet. We haven't met yet. Spirit says we will, we just haven't met yet. And so I see you as my sister in the spirit. I see you as, someone who has told me that I've affected their life in a positive way. Yet when it's someone next to you, like someone you see every day, and they tell you that because of your counsel, your wisdom, they've done a thing and they've seen a positive result from it, that's moving. And so the reason why the title is about compassion and kindness is because I recognize that people are kind as an act. And I literally and figuratively, people are kind because it's the right thing to do in the moment sometimes. You see, you're absolutely in my... Thank you for that. You see, you're absolutely in my care circle. If I don't see a live streams, I'm checking. And I appreciate you for that, Sister Enage, because when I don't go live for a few days, I'm like, oh no, I need to let them know. Mostly it's because it's too freaking hot out here. It's gonna be, so first of all, it stormed last night. Yay. It was wonderful, it was great. It got down into the mid 70s, so we were able to get a break from this. But as you can see, hold on, let's look around. I mean, you wouldn't know that a storm came rolling through here last night. Look at all that. It's just as empty can be. There is not a cloud. I mean, they way over there somewhere, and they are not interested in my little brown behind today. So there's this thing, RAC, right? Random acts of kindness. So people will do a kind thing randomly because it's out of character for them. When kindness is your character, then you become compassionate. And compassion is a way of life. It's not an act. It's not a one-off or every now and then, or when I need to get in my volunteer hours or my tax donations. You know what I mean? Kindness almost lies or implies you'll be receiving something in kind. Kind actually starts at a noun, which is we are of the same kind, you and I. And so we tend to help those whom we are most like. We tend to see them first. It's when you can see the humanity in someone who doesn't look like you, someone who doesn't act like you, and someone who doesn't move like you. That's really when kindness becomes a virtue, to the point of compassion. empathy and sympathy are related, yet sympathy is where you can see something that someone's going through and recognize it as an issue, yet you'll feel sorry, you'll feel pity, you'll pray for them, so to speak. Empathy is being able to put yourself in that other person's shoes, to recognize their walk, their journey, what they are going through, and give an offering of guidance, of value, of substance, even the shirt off your back, so to speak. And I recognize that today more than ever. God has been very compassionate to me. Sister Enage, go ahead and get your messy hat on, and Von Eric and March are going to show up or put something in the comments later. I appreciate you all. My friend is going to be leaving soon, and I was like, man, I've come a long way, and it's going to be hard for me. God, you going to leave me here by myself for a bit, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. And then sure shooting, hey, Mr. Hall, how's your spirit? Long time no see. Sure shooting, right when I was like, God, how am I going to get through this? He sent two people my way. One, I kind of anticipated returning. He had let me know he was coming back. But the other was someone that I met when I was in the hospital. When, I was uncertain. When I knew I wasn't going to take my life or any of those things, yet I wasn't whole in my walk with God. I wasn't yet confident enough to smile and say it to everybody that I meet that God brought me through. You know what I'm saying? I can tell people all the time that He's not going to bring you to anything that He won't bring you through, and that blessings will show up in disguise, and they have. It's when He surprises you. I cried yesterday when I found out the good news, because it's great news for my friend, for friends. Let me be honest, friends. I hate that word. We dropping the F-bomb a lot today. Y'all pray for me, because y'all know how I feel about the word friend. Yet these people have truly shown up in my life as friends, like Sister Enage and March and Von Eric. You were allies first, though. Even in this situation, in my mind's eye, they were allies before they were ever friends. Yet we built a friendly rapport, a friendship, a relationship, to the point where they can see me or see in me things that I can't or don't want to see or have seen. And I cried because I was like, God, I understand that I got to trust what you want for me, that you're going to do right by me. Yet you've taken away, or you're going to, someone that increases my happiness. And I was like, I'm working on a lot of things here, mostly trusting in you. So, you're so silly, Sister Enage. You're a hot mess. But so, yeah, these two gentlemen, one, we have a common interest in seeing cannabis be legalized federally and become an industry that regular people can support, make money in, and not have it stolen from them by the pharmaceutical companies and the federal government. And the other, like I said, we met when I was in a dark place, and I gave him words of kindness and vice versa. And compassion. It wasn't a Bible verse or a preaching. We prayed, I'm sure. Hard to remember that time. But to see him today, as soon as I recognized him, I was like, oh my God, it ain't nothing but God, He could have gone anywhere, and he came to this place. when I thought that I was going to be, alone again. And to be alone is not to be lonely. Y'all know me. I do not mind being by myself. Give me a good book, give me a good read. Heck, let me sit in silence. That's all, gravy to me. But yet to have people whom I can spend time with and enjoy their company, well, that's an even more exciting thing to me these days. I wouldn't have anticipated. I have been used and abused for many years of my life because the people around me don't see anything wrong with doing dirty things, taking from me and running away, allowing me to pour into them and not refilling my cup. And I've met these people who, not just through their efforts to return my kindness, but their ability to see me, have actually shown up for me. And so, as much as I don't like the F-bomb, yes, I call them friends. Now, these two young gentlemen, they aren't friends, they're buddies, they're acquaintances. We got to know each other briefly, and we had a thing or two in common. Yet now, there's an opportunity to build on that, maybe an allyship, ironically. Um, all things remain to be seen. It's a journey, though, and I really thought that, not that God was like gonna let me go, like leave me here, sad and fear, any of those things. More like He was going to continue to keep me waiting. It took a lot for me to be able to see the blessing in these couple of friendships. And so for him to then send others is just a testimony to his ability to see what I need, my heart's desire, so to speak, without me even knowing it, and have the right people show up. Sir, I'm going to slide right past you. I just know exactly what I want to get. Thank you very much. Have a blessed one. To say that and mean it. To say that someone is my friend and truly believe it, those things don't happen to me. And I'm pretty sure that that's what God wants me to see more than anything. That not only has He always brought me through, but you got a friend in me. And so, yeah, I have a friend in the Most High. And I'm thankful for that. For a while there, I was just thankful to be alive. And then I couldn't understand how He had brought me through the circumstances of death, so to speak, and would make me go through this homeless experience. And yet, in His mind's eye, mine as well, I'm not homeless. I have a roof over my head. I eat regularly. I have clothing. I have the basic needs met. And I'm getting into a situation in a space where I can do that for myself, by focusing on me. I was speaking with a young lady yesterday, and I asked her, what was her personal goal? She was like, to be a good mother. I mean, no. What do you want to do besides that? Because there's going to come a point when He no longer needs you to mother Him. And she's like, I don't know. I have no idea who I am or what I want to be. And as mothers, we get stuck in that. There's another mother who left and came back, and she's really struggling. And she really wants to lean on her son. And, it's not my place to tell her in this situation because of our past experiences, but yet, as someone, at some point, she'll have to be told, that is not the way that you can go. He's a young man and he's going to want to go on his own journey. And you can't be mad at him for that, and you can't hang on to him. Cutting the umbilical cord when someone is in their 20s is an unfair thing, to yourself and to your child. You haven't had the opportunity to grow as human beings in the journey together, so you're always trying to have this tether, which should at some point simply be spiritual. You love them so much, you want to see them succeed, and succeeding often means leaving. Oh my God, they got hot and spicy cashews. It's over, y'all. My day is made. We can go on our journey. We can end this live stream and go on our way. I am good. I am Gucci. I am great out here. Yet it really is seeing my. Hey, love. How are you today?
Good, and yourself?
Fantastic. Thank you. Y'all hold on a moment. I was like, did it ask for my ID for a popsicle?
1186. Yeah, pretty soon they will.
Oh, for everything.
Yeah.
I don't need a receipt. Thank you. Even things like that, being able to have, that positive interaction with someone at the Circle K. I know it sounds crazy. That can be a difficult journey in and of itself. I can't tell you how much I love the Lord, and my life is a walking, talking testimony to that. I ain't trying to get nobody's head up, make you believe a thing that isn't of you. That's not what God would have sent me to do. That's that weird, culty shit. You know how I feel about that. This is truly like, y'all know I gotta get this popsicle open, and I always struggle. I don't know why I didn't stop. I do, because Spirit told me you need to stop and put the phone down and open your popsicle. But did I listen? Nope. And then I get into a struggle situation. Hold on, y'all. Y'all going down? Oh, no. That reminds me, if you didn't know, the live stream ended yesterday because my phone got hot. And so we now know we got to keep it under 45 minutes out here in this heat. And then we should be Gucci. I'm praying that my snacks don't have no metal in them. We won't talk about why that is, but just know it's a thing. All right, we got it. We are back in business. Okay. I got my popsicle. It's got a little frost on it, but I don't care. I'm just happy to have something cool out here. Y'all have no idea. I have been ready to leave Tucson for a very long time, y'all. Let me just be honest about that. Right? Hot phone summer. It's its own beast. Like, all that hot girl shit don't work for me. Y'all know that, y'all. Tight pants and all that. No. Every time I put on tight clothes, I feel as though I am suffocating. I don't understand how people do it. And then the idea of having on tight pants, tight shirt, and a wig, bruh, how are you breathing out here? Your skin is your largest organ. Take care of it. I'm so upset. I mean, I ain't mad. Like, I'm disappointed. I lost my body oil. It was Shea Moisture, and it works great for me. And I don't know how it went missing. I don't know what I did with it, and I can't find it, and I can't replace it. So I'm trying to overcome my disappointment with that. I know y'all like, really, JP, it ain't that serious yet. If you know what it is to really do self-care and focus on your body and healing it, then you know that when you find something that works, you want to make sure it stays and works with you. Oh, yes. Sister E-Nation, it is Taco Tuesday. Now, if you want to talk about tater tacos, that's how you get one. She said, too tight pants might open up the door to some other issues. Indeed. Ladies, y'all need to let your vagina breathe. I'm going to go ahead and say it, Sister E-H. We are already in the 20-minute mark, and we're going to get back in enough time that we're going to have to end early. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Keep your coochies cool and scent-free, unless it's your own personal essence. You know what I'm saying? There should be a class in just that. Because I really feel like young ladies do not know all them tight-ass clothes. You are doing a disservice to one of the most beautiful things that God gave you. We ain't gonna get into it. But someday someone's gonna get into yours and you do not want it to smell like old fish. Maybe ocean water, you know, that natural scent, so to speak. But if you gotta put perfume on it, if you gotta cover it up, if all the time it is what's the word I'm looking for? Suffocating in your clothes. You need to stop that. You need to take a step back, look at yourself, take a couple spiritual baths, literally get into the bathtub, let some water get up in there, and if it ain't too loose, you should be able to get some water up in there and back out again. So if you take an Epsom salt bath, you can cleanse it and keep your pH right without having to use Summer's Eve. So, ladies, you out here in this heat on a regular basis, you had better have some type of backup cleansing on you or close to you. I keep wipes in my bag, not just because my hands get dirty. If you get sweaty out here, and some of y'all don't skate down there, and it holds odor. Okay, I'm sorry. I've gone far. I want to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. However, this is a part of being compassionate, sharing the information with you now, so somebody don't have to tell you about your scent later. You know what I'm saying? There were some folks up in here, child, at one point. I just knew there wasn't nothing the Lord had made, because you can't smell that way and call yourself a child of God. And I'm not talking about coming off of the streets immediately from your homelessness or whatever. I'm talking about you've had access to a shower for 2 weeks and you smell like you ain't taken one in 4 months. That's not okay. Exactly, Sister Ine. 20 minutes is the new 2 hours, and so y'all might as well just go ahead and take that. I take 2 or 3 showers a day, even in this place. I am trying not, you have to wipe out the ookie in all its forms, if that makes sense. So there's the sweat. There's these weird people who don't know how not to touch you, little touch monsters. You have to rebuke them, because you got to make sure you clean off whatever essence it is that they may have left behind. It's hard to shine when you're filthy from the inside. It's even harder to shine when all you know how to do is be kind. do the right thing because someone's watching. When you do the right thing because you care, that shows up on you in other ways. It's something that is evidence, it's proof. It keeps people looking at you. And I've come to learn to accept that. I told you guys, I was someone who was very content not being seen, being behind the scenes, sharing wisdom in my journey without people knowing me. And that's not really where I'm supposed to be. All right? One, you can't run for president of anything without being seen. It's quite difficult. Two, people don't know who to go back and thank. And at some point, we get thankful. I was thankful today to see those two gentlemen. And I cried, thanking God for letting me know He wasn't going to leave me alone. For bringing back someone that I could conversate with positively about cannabis and make movements forward in that journey. I was thankful that He had sent Ah! That is too much. That is more than a mouthful. I gotta hold on for a minute. Now I'm gonna go back to extra sticky. Like the second hour, or the second 20, whatever you want to call it. It's Pretty Girl Tuesday. I saw this little baby today, and I was loving on her, and I was talking to her, and then my uterus was like, "Ooh, we could do this again." I was like, "Oh, time to go. Y'all gotta leave, go the other way, cause not today. Not today." I know, Spirit says there's a baby on the way. One day. I know. I've accepted it. Just not yet. Right? A little while longer. But it's really true. You can get baby fever. Remember I told you though, even that part, God allowing me to see the number of families that are in this space, in this way. See, when all the politicians speak about homeless veterans, homeless families, homeless children, they're doing it from an outside perspective, or even a long since removed one. So it holds very little weight, very little value. Their statements are just statements. There may be conversation at best. At best, they don't move you or the needle. They don't make people show up and do the right thing. So, as much as I was looking forward to the money or possibility of it in this other position, I've begun looking for opportunities to mobilize the marginalized, to mobilize people who have lived a life, who've walked the walk, and when they talk the talk, it can be felt. not just heard. They can tell you, this is my lived experience, and this is what we need in order to make change. And this is how walking that walk has changed me. That's when kindness is a part of your makeup and you're compassionate. You're empathetic. Who is calling me? Oh, they went away. See that thing? I guess I've got to get prepared for that. People don't call me because I really don't give out a phone number. Yet I started applying for these opportunities. And so someone's going to call with a job offer or an interview. I'm looking forward to phone calls from friends. We'll just put it that way. I really do wake up every day looking forward to the day. Looking forward to the fact that I'm going to run into people who are going to emotionally vomit. And in some way, I can communicate with them. I can maybe help them on their journey, or at least do them no harm. That's one of those other things. We all know or have heard of at some point the Hippocratic Oath, and yet we know how many people don't adhere to it as well. You know what I mean? I'm going to stop short and go to this office and update some information. I don't know. Nope, Spirit says keep going. It's kind of strange listening to this outside. It's not though. Like, Spirit's not an outside influence. It's God moving in my life in a way that I can process and understand. And after having had a mental break, being diagnosed with DID, it's nice to recognize, how do I put it? I'm whole again, if that makes sense. At one point, there were like 5 versions of me out in the world. The mother, the military wife, the child, the one who had experienced too many murders and losses. Those were all individual versions of me, just running wild out here in the world, at least spiritually. And they're healed and back in my body. That doesn't mean that they've forgotten the journey or I've forgotten the things that I've experienced. It means I don't cry the way that I used to. It means I don't try to run from that pain. It means I can process it in real time. And I don't have to have this outward aggressor, this outward protectiveness that I make other people see. When I was heavy, even before I was 300 pounds, even as a young girl, I ate my feelings because it made me look big. It made me look intimidating. It made me the bully that my words could bear, you know? And so That's why we had that whole thing. Uh-oh, the device is getting hot. I love y'all. Keep your spirit up just in case. Right. That part, Sister ENH. And a lot of people in here, they do that. They run from the pain. That's why they have a whole recovery program that's over a year long. Because you got to learn how not to run from it. How to accept that these things have happened around you, to you, through you sometimes, and continue on your journey. And that's difficult. Uh-oh, y'all. Yeah, we at the 35-minute mark. Y'all know it's going to go down. Told y'all something around. Yesterday we got 55 minutes. The first time we got 45. So anyway, just try to make compassion your character. Don't do